In this video, I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to use the Polyline tool within the software. The first thing we need to do is to hover over to the left-hand side. So let's follow my mouse point all the way to the left. I'm going to click on this icon just here, which is called the Polyline tool. So we'll left mouse click that and we can choose Polyline. Now you'll see that my cursor has now changed to reflect the fact that I'm in the Polyline drawing mode. So let's just go right down to the bottom of the job. And I'm going to snap to a point which is around the center of the worksheet here towards the bottom, and I'm going to left mouse click, and you'll notice that once I left mouse click, it has now anchored my polyline to that point where I clicked. So from here you can see that I can move around my polyline and I get a preview as to where I'm going to be drawing. So for example, if I drag it out to the left, you'll notice I get the red line going left, and if I drag it around to the right, you can see I'm going to the right. And indeed, the other directions in which I drag my cursor are reflected as well in red. And you'll also notice there's a floating field that is showing the length. So the L stands for the length. So you can see here that currently my length is at 2. So I'm actually quite happy with that. So I'll left mouse click to now draw that line in place. And then if I drag my pointer upwards, let's draw another line. Let's go right up towards the center line of the software just there. So we can snap to that and left mouse click. And then we can do the same at this angle towards the middle of the job here as well. So you can see here I can snap to a specific angle if I want to by using the snap options. So I'll just left mouse click that in place for the moment. And you'll notice that I mentioned that I had been using snapping, and that is actually set over here on the top left here. You can see that we have this option here for Smart Snap. So all of these lines that you can see I've got a dash line coming out there to help guide my polyline. You'll see that I've got one at an angle here, and indeed if I pop down to here, all of that is defined by the smart snapping options here. So that allows us to snap to the intersections that we want. So for example, you can see here that in the software, it is recognized that I have a line or a point from my polyline over here. So the software has recognized that at this angle, I would likely want to snap to that line because that is in line with this point over here, and that's exactly what I want to do. So let's left mouse click on that, and you'll also notice I get those guidelines showing me the angle and then the horizontal line there as well. And I can also then pop down to the bottom and I can snap to this line here, and if I need to wake up a point, I can hover over to the point that I need to wake up. So let's go to the bottom left corner, and now you'll notice that that dash line has popped out there to help us to snap to it. And I can simply left mouse click, snap to that, and then I can come all the way back to the start, and then left mouse click to close off our line, and now we have a shape just like that. Now I did mention that we had the option to use the length field, so let's have a look at that in action now. So I'm going to left mouse click in the center again at the bottom of this drawing. And this time I'm going to hover out left, and you'll see the red line indicating that I'm drawing that line there. I haven't actually committed that yet, but it's just showing you a preview. And I'm going to enter a length of 1. So if I just press 1 on the keyboard, then press enter, you'll notice now the line has been drawn at the bottom there with a length of 1 going left. And that's because I was moving my mouse cursor left as I had pressed 1 and then pressed enter. So for example, if I now move my mouse upwards, and let's say I go for a length of 3, so I'll type in 3 and then press enter. You'll notice I now have a line that is 3 long from the bottom going up because I was moving my mouse towards an upward direction. If I do the same and I go towards the right, and let's say I type in 2, press enter, the line is drawn to the right, and then I can do the same towards the bottom again, so I can type in 3, enter, and then I can left mouse click here to join this up, or I can also press the tab key on my keyboard, which will close that line up at the start point. So the software knows this was the start point of my polyline, and so by pressing tab, that will close it up with that start line there for me. Now there are some other options we can go over for the polyline, and I'll just go over them by drawing a little bit of a chimney on our house here. So I'm going to just left mouse click on a suitable point, so I think about here is quite right. And you'll notice that if I now press the up, down and down arrow keys on the keyboard, pay attention to the floating field because you'll notice the L changes to the angle, And then I can also change to the absolute X and Y value. So these are the absolute values in X and Y that I am moving to. So for example, you can see here my job is 10 inches by 10 inches and the XY datum is set to the bottom left. So that means that is XY 0. So X and Y 0 is on the bottom left. So that means the middle of my job would be X5, Y5. So if you know a specific point you want to go to, as in an absolute point for X or Y, you can set that here. And then if you press up or down on the keyboard again, so let's go up this time, we can go to the Y value there, you can see, and then we'll press up again. And now this is relative X and relative Y. So what that means is the point will be drawn relative to the current X value and relative to the current Y value. So for example, instead of being an absolute X point, it would be relative to where I am currently in my drawing at the moment. So where I am currently, that would be the relative X value that I need to enter to draw from. So for example, let's enter in a relative X value from here. So let's enter 2. And then after I press enter, you'll notice it's now done that for me. So the relative X value you can see here has gone out to the side here because that is relative 2. Now if I want to undo that, I can just press escape. And then again, I can pop back into that mode of length, angle, or absolute X and Y by pressing up on the keyboard, or indeed down if you want to go the other way, and then you can cycle through all of these values. So let's go for Y this time. So if I type in a relative Y value of 1 and then press enter, you'll notice it's now done a line that is 1 inch relative to the point that I started at. So relative to this point here, and then I can go across and pop in an X value of 1 as well, press enter, and then you see it's now moved that point to that location. So if you wanted to have a play around with that, you can do that by using the up and down keys. And if you ever wanted to get rid of this line because that's not the angle you want it at, you can always press backspace on your keyboard to get rid of that. So I can quickly now just draw in a chimney just so we have something to work with on our house, and using the snapping points you can see just how easy that was. So now let's cover another mode of the Polyline, which is to add in a curve. So if I start drawing a bit of smoke from the top of this chimney here, if I left mouse click to begin my drawing, and you'll notice now, if I hold down left mouse click while I draw, the line can now be curved. So you'll notice here that I can hold down left mouse click and start to really exaggerate out a curve here if I want to. So I can let go of that. And you'll notice that I've got my curve here that I can kind of manipulate before I start drawing. And then if I left mouse click, you'll notice now I go back into the standard Polyline mode, so it's not in the curve mode anymore. But if I want to go back to the curve mode, I can literally just left mouse click to hold that down and then drag out another line like so, and then let go to apply that. And then I can start drawing my curve. And then you see when my curve is finished, it goes back to the Polyline mode there as well. And there is another way you can actually access this, which is to press S on the keyboard. So if I type in S on the keyboard, you'll notice now that I am in the curved drawing mode. So you'll see now that you have a dashed red line showing you that you are clearly in a curved mode. So I can start now just placing a curved line as I need to onto my chimney here, and I can close that up as well. And if I ever want to put a straight line here, for example, you can see I've got a flat chimney section here, and I want to not have a curve, I want to have a straight line, I can just press S on the keyboard again, and we're back into the Polyline mode. I can press Tab, and that closes it up, and just like that, I can switch between those modes. I can show you another example of that over here. So for example, if I left mouse click with my Polyline, and then I start just drawing out a bit of a straight shape, and then I start adding curves to it. If I press S on the keyboard, and I'll start drawing out my curve, and you'll see here now I can start making that shape, and then once I'm happy with the shape that I have, if I want to now close it up with a curve, I can do that, or indeed I can pop back to the straight mode by pressing S on the keyboard, and notice now we're back into drawing the Polyline. Now let's say there was a point in which I had drawn a line here, but I want to get rid of it. Well, I can simply press backspace and you'll notice that it will delete or go back to the previous line. So I can get rid of a specific line if I want to. So let's say I want to go back to this point here. I can do that simply by clicking backspace to get back to that position. And then finally, if you ever want to exit the Polyline tool, what you can do is press right mouse click and you can exit the Polyline tool. You can also press escape on the keyboard. But if we go back over to the Polyline tool, you'll notice that the tool has remembered the last mode that we were in. So we were drawing a straight line last. And if I pop now into the curve mode, so I'll draw a curve. So let's just start drawing out a bit of a curved shape here. If I now press escape on the keyboard and pop back into the Polyline tool, you'll notice the cursor has retained the fact that I was drawing a curve. So when we pop back in, we'll be right back into drawing a curve. So if you want to remain in that mode, you can do so, but do keep in mind, whichever mode you were last using, so the straight or the curve mode, will be the one that the software remembers that you had used last time. And with that, that brings us to the end of our video showing you how to use a polyline, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.